Well, good evening and welcome to Injustice Investigations. I'm your host, Al Scott. Uh, I need someone to let me know if you can hear me uh, tonight, please. Just yes or no before we go any further. Good evening, April Moore, Dana. I'm sorry, that's Don White. Good evening to you. Faye is in the house. Gloria, I saw her earlier. I think she was the first one I saw tonight. Good evening, welcome. Uh, Pamela, good evening to you. Shirley, good evening to you. There's my good friend Tammy, always 100, never fake, always. A pleasure to have you in the house with us tonight. So, uh, yes or no? Can you hear me? I can. Okay, all right, Neil. Thank you so much. I love you big time. She can hear me. Okay. Uh, we got a lot of things we want to try to cover tonight. Get the Lord willing, we're going to get to all of them. We were expecting tonight to have Brother Emmanuel Thomas on the side of me tonight, but I didn't hear from him today. He didn't send me the email to send him a link. So what we will do tomorrow morning, I will call him and see if we can't schedule him to come on to uh, tomorrow night. I should have made contact with him today myself, but it's been a crazy busy day in Shreveport. I see Miss Renfrey is in the house this evening. I humbly bow to you. Love you big time. That Sherelle is in the house. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Okay. Uh, Pretty saucy. I hadn't seen you in about 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Welcome back home. Okay. I put a thing up earlier today, and basically it said something about a world out of control. A world out of control. Miss Hot Pink, welcome, welcome, and welcome. And um, I was basically telling you about tonight's show. And I gave it that title simply because that's what's going on now. Not just in the United States. The world is out of control. Uh, you hear me say this often. We have gotten to a point to where we applaud the wrong and we instantly give a thumbs down to that is right. Uh, we have black on black crime is on the rise. Police shootings involving blacks is on the rise. If they're not shooting us, they're choking us. They're not choking us. They're putting their knees on our neck. We shoot a man 7 times in his back. He leaves out the hospital not to go home, but to go to a rehab because he's paralyzed from the waist down. And depending upon who you ask, that was justified. Again, depending upon who you ask, justified. I wish some blacks would understand one thing. The police department don't need our help in shooting us, degrading us, and killing us. They alone do an excellent job at that. I'm speaking about black on black crime, especially here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Almost daily, someone in Shreveport is getting shot and maybe shot and killed. A little before airtime, Miss Ferris contacted me and Tanya Fine sent me a message about, which I have not verified yet, but they're always on the money, that a young lady in Kings Manor Apartments was shot and killed. That's all I know about that. Again, I haven't been able to verify it because it came right before airtime. So, um, We'll never get to respect that, not on that we're looking for, but we'll never get to respect that we really deserve when we don't respect one another. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I know a one pill will not cure all. Because every case is different. You can't put all shootings and homicides in the same cup. But when it gets to a point, in my opinion, that is past a problem, which means to me, it's no longer a problem, we're in a crisis. And until we fail to recognize that and address that as such, especially in the city of Shreveport, I promise you, the shootings and the killings in this city are only going to get worse. We cannot afford to continue to sit and do absolutely nothing to address this. Okay, so you won't think I'm lying. Some have been addressing this, but the way they have been addressing this is like giving a whale a tic tac. Absolutely nothing. That's no effect. We cannot keep having block party after block party and wearing shirts that said, stop the killing, stop the shooting. That makes no damn sense. Do you know how many times I've heard that coming up? Stop the shooting, stop the killing. I've heard that time and time and time and time again. I don't attend them. I don't, because it would be hypocritical for me to attend something like that and I bash it. That's doing something close to nothing. And then when you speak out against it, black, see what I'm talking about, black people, they always holding up, put one another down and stuff. I'm not putting you down. You putting your damn self down. I'm just bringing the truth to you. If you don't want me to tell the truth, then stop living a lie. These block parties, that's not going to get it. The t-shirts, no violence. Stop the violence. Stop the killing. That's not going to get it. A stop the violence rally, that's not going to get it. It's not. What's going on in the United States with black on black crime, just the same as police brutality and all the injustices that we are receiving in this country, will not be fixed with us walking up and down the street like we did in days long gone, holding up a sign saying no justice, no peace. This is real simple. Even preachers need to be preached to, and sometimes a doctor must go see a doctor and an attorney must be defended. It's simple. It's simple. You must meet at the table with the lawmakers. You must meet at the table with those who are in authority, who control this country. You ever wonder why, and we're going to get to tonight's story, you ever wonder why, no disrespect, but do you ever wonder why, because I have nothing but mad respect for Benjamin Crump, Lee Merritt's, and Reverend Al Sharpton, and others. I respect him. But have you ever noticed throughout life, you have never, ever had one of those brothers to come to the mic and tell black people to stop protesting? But why would they tell them that, Mr. Scott? Simple. Protesting no longer works. That don't work. If, and this is my opinion, if they truly cared about black lives, and I'm not saying they do, but I know money get involved and, well, y'all know the rest. But here's the thing. Here's what you would look at and see. Every time a black is killed by a cop, especially a white cop, they're going to protest. What they will tell you, the civil rights attorneys and activists, is to protest peacefully, and they know this not going to happen. And they also know even if that does happen, it's going to turn out bad for some of us, because it's going to piss the powers that be off. It's going to piss law enforcement off, and they're going to come out and agitate the protesters to bring them out there in that water. And what happens then?
While we're protesting about the black man that a cop just killed, guess what? 72 hours later, 2 more black people died at the hands of the police during the protest. Does that tell you that the protest is working, or does that tell you that it's not working? It's not. They're not going to tell you this because that would decrease the number of zeros in their bank accounts. We need them. They're wonderful people, but they're not telling you the whole story. Protesting days, that's out. That's out. That's out. Either we're going to be the people's preacher or we're going to be the people's prisoner. You got to tell it right. Black people, we got to uproot the lies that have been told to us throughout life. If I come here and I tell you something contrary to what your mom and your daddy said and your grandmother and your grandpa, well, I'm crazy. I'm the Antichrist. I'm a hater. I'm like the crabs in the bucket. You can call me whatever the hell you want to call me. But you know one damn thing. The brother ain't lying. It has to be somebody smart in the bunch today to say, man, you know, this ain't really working. Look how they beat him over there. Because they're making them suffer. Because they have to be out here watching the niggas to make sure everything stays in order, so to say. So now we're going to irritate them just for the hell of it. We got to tell the truth. We must tell the truth. We must do that. I'm going to open the lines in just a minute. Let me get some of this out. We have to do that. I'm not telling you not to vote. I'm not telling you not to vote. I am not telling you not to vote. If there is a candidate that you like and you want to vote, that's your thing. Do it. Run on. I applaud you. But just think about this here. If your life as a black person don't matter, what the fuck make you think your vote will matter? You should, I'm going to give you a fact. The idiot that sits in the White House, he shouldn't be there. Voter fraud happened during that election. In other words, he wasn't elected, he was elected. The last major election in Georgia, that should have woke you up. The one in Florida, that should have woke you up. Well, just go out there and vote for the lesser of the evil. If I go and vote for the lesser of the evil, that means I'm super fucking stupid and mama didn't raise nobody stupid. If I don't like either one, you want me to vote for the lesser of the evil. Think about it. It makes no damn sense. Whoever says it sounds super stupid. And you must check them. If I don't vote for either candidate, when something goes wrong, I'm still gonna raise my goddamn voice, because when I didn't vote for either candidate, you heard me loud and clear. I'm not gonna help you get your goddamn candidate a goddamn seat off of lies. Them white folks don't give a fuck about us. Our vote, your vote counts. Bullshit. Bullshit. Don't you forget, just yesterday, we had to get on our hands and knees and beg to be given the right to vote. If it didn't matter back then, it don't matter in 2020. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. I'm gonna open up the lines now. I'm drained. I've been looking for her for 24 hours. They should have took me. They should have took me. There was nobody there to take you because you are the one that killed your child.
Good evening, calling you live on air. What's your name and what state are you calling from tonight?
This is Brother Emmanuel in Houston, Texas. I apologize, my brother. I thought you received that email, but my messenger is kind of full, so I guess it's not sending stuff out and sending stuff to me.
No.
Clear that out. But.
Okay, well, that's fine. Well, I'm glad you called, brother. But look, I'm going to talk to you now just a little bit, but if you're not busy tomorrow, can we give it a shot then? Because I really want you side by side.
Yes, sir. Let's do that.
Okay, let me get something out real quick then. Some of what was this last night you and I talked?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want you to go into a lot of what you said last night in just a minute because it made a lot of sense. Basically, Brother Emmanuel was looking back in history at different things, at different cases, and how they mirrored other cases today. And so I guess in a sense, if you want to look at it that way, you can call it a copycat. I don't know. But we do know that our children are under attack by the people who should be teaching them about stranger danger. Now watch this. We know the woman who gave birth to her was arrested. The boyfriend was arrested. Now watch this. Medical examiner said she had a broken arm, extensive, superficial, blunt force trauma all over the body. It looked as if the child was either beaten with a hanger or an extension cord. Now, I didn't see the full thing. I wasn't there when it happened. But I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to see this and say, well, I know damn well all of this couldn't have transpired overnight. No, this was an ongoing issue with this child. And I'm speaking for me and nobody else. I watched the grandmother give her interview today or whenever she gave it. I believe she told some truth, but she told a whole lot of lies. Because the bruises that this child endured, a lot of them was visible. You could see them. You could see them. It's as simple as that. The injuries to this child did not happen overnight. Then they took her body and put it down, I think, a storm drain, as if she was nothing. Brother Emmanuel, can you see this piece of paper I got, Brother Emmanuel?
Yes, man. I had the same one. Y'all can see mine.
Exactly. So here's what they did. When I'm walking somewhere out and I'm through with whatever it is I got, oh, there's a drain. That's it. Why did I do that? Because that don't mean a damn thing to me right now. I've used it. I've got from it what I needed from it. Now it doesn't matter to me. So I just discard it. Come on, Brother Emmanuel, bring it home. Talk to me.
And just like with Malia, I was back in Malia Bass last year. When we were explaining the sciences of a body when it has been killed, when it's deceased, it gains weight. And so it's no longer that little small baby body that you could just transport around. Now it's heavier than a grown person. And so the only way for them to dispose of her was most people that lived in apartments before. So y'all know those little storm drains in the apartment. They put this baby down one of these storm drains, and the baby body went through the storm drains that we have that lead to the bayou. And that's where the baby came out. So, when we got that information today about what we had already told, the autopsy would show everything scientifically that happened. It was more horrible because we actually felt like they took the baby to one of our overpasses and gently put the baby in there, and the baby went on downstream. But once we have found out through the evidence, they put the baby in a storm drain in the apartment, which had to travel underground for some yards. I mean, at least 200-300 yards, maybe more, to the closest outlet for the drain to go into what we have our bayous where they found her at. And that floaty that was on her had to be put on her by her mother. And see, what we found out today is that Travion Thompson has confessed and has told exactly what happened. He says the night before, on the 21st, Sierra beat baby girl Malia with, he says, a brush. And you know, the medical examiner told us what science is, so we don't got to go off of his word, but we do go off of the little piece of truth in it where he said she hit her, or somebody hit her, and the objects in which they hit her with caused her arm to break, and then caused her body to go into shock and seemingly go unconscious. They then put her, this is per Travion, they then put her in a broom closet, naked, and she wasn't responding or something. Then they went to the store, and that was the truth, because people the night before, the reports were, when they came to the store, the people at the store, knowing that the little girl is always with them and in their care, asked about her. Where is she? And they were like, oh, she's, wherever they said the explanation was she was. But the community showed the proper concern that they supposed to, because, it's not normal when you see a girl with her baby all the time and then don't see her with her. That's a natural question you should ask, like, how the baby doing? Is everything all right? You know what I'm saying? And that's what the community did. So I want to, before anything, I want to give all love and respect, and I mean extreme love and respect, to everybody in the Wheelcrest apartments where they stayed, because these lying ass people tried to put a black eye on those people over there, tried to make it seem like it's something it was when it wasn't. And those people stepped up like we are all supposed to, and like we asked many people to do, and they jumped in as soon as the call was out to go and search for that baby. And as we stated that day, there's no way, with a community that loves as much as they love, and they always say the hood up to no good, but we know it's just misunderstood. Those are the best protective places, because everybody paying attention to somebody else's business. Everybody out there is really, the other girls, the women in the neighborhood, they're watching that baby. If you look at the format of it, and on tomorrow night, if we come on back, I want to be live out there, so I can give y'all an actual, step by step from the apartment, show y'all the storm drain, show y'all everything. Man, I'm gonna go out there and make it so that when we do the video, y'all can actually see for yourself. I know a lot of people have already seen it from other videos, but just to give you a mind frame, the community is close knit and it's tight, man. So there's no way that little baby wandered off on her own and did not get caught by somebody else, or somebody say, baby, where you going, or watching it. And from what he said on his own, the lie that he put out in the beginning, which let us know it was a lie, he said it wasn't nothing but 5 minutes in between. So if a baby at 2 years old walks for 5 minutes, they don't cover much distance. So there's no way the baby could have got out of the apartments, went through all of that, and then got to a place that was accessible for her to end up in the bayou. We knew it all was BS from the beginning because of Malia Davis, and that's why I love her. We honor her memory, man. It's because everybody got involved on this last year. And through the bullshit that was given to us the first time, because they can always tell you, you can fool me once, but you won't keep me again. So the bullshit that they did is the bullshit that allowed for this situation to come to the close as quick as it has. Because as we say, we're still at a year, close to a year and a half with Malia, and the case hasn't damn near moved in. Add on COVID-19 and all this other BS, we still at a standstill with her. But look here, Houston HPD learned from that mistake, and they were not fooled this time. And just a month and a half, 45 days, y'all. And I know a lot of people want it to happen faster, but look at it, man. You got to give some credit. 45 days later, they have put their ass where they belong, and they are in jail facing the accountability for that baby.
Brother Emmanuel, I have to agree with you on that. I know we talked about it last night, but the way things work on TV, cases are solved in just about an hour. Well, this is reality. It doesn't work like that. And I think their timing for making an arrest in this case, I have to give them 5 stars, because they did that, and we know they probably could have made an arrest before then. But you and I know that you don't want to go to trial with a lot of
evidence.
Exactly, you know, exactly. So you know, you don't want to do that and mess it up where you can't travel again. You know, so I have to applaud them for what they did in house. They did it in a very expeditious way. You know,
but as we said last night too. This also shows us what they are capable of doing in all these other situations, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that they did 45 days, but that tells me you could do that with all our other babies in the same amount of time. If people will put priority where the priority needs to be, man, it needs to be on our children. We need to respect them as we will respect ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And if people are really doing this work, man, it's not that hard. Nothing that happened today didn't happen yesterday, 50 years, 100, 200, 300 years ago. It just was different forms. And so when you understand it ain't but so many different kind of lies a liar is gonna give, and you went through them all like you, brother Alfonso, and like many of us that deal with these type of things on a regular, then you can weed out when somebody's bullshitting you or not. And as Acevedo told everybody in Houston, calm down, have patience. We're gonna handle this. We sat back, and that's all you can do is have patience. So we sat back and we waited. And as I say, I applaud them for it not taking as long as it has. Now that stupid ass picture, that mugshot that they allowed her to take, and that's another thing. When you're in that intake, man, and you're doing all of that, those people know what's going on with your case. They know you high profile. So some of them with the heart won't allow you to do that. Whoever allowed her to do that allowed her to start her first stake in the stupid ass insanity plea that she's gonna try and pull out of her ass and say, like they did with baby Malia, it was all the daddy fault. Listen, y'all, I want you to go back to all those interviews. Anybody that sits up in their right mind and concocts a story and then reiterates it to people on numerous occasions, they are in their right mind. They are not insane. Do not allow this to go out and be the thing that we give up sympathy for. Oh, maybe she is crazy. Maybe she is. She know better.
Well, you know what?
The biggest piece of disrespect you can do to your own child. Hear her and then smile where the whole world will see your face smiling. There's nobody crazy that does that. Even the real identified crazy people don't smile on their mugshots.
Well,
their mind is somewhere else. Right. So what she's doing is starting off her evil, man.
And so what it also tells me is that the public don't go saying that she's not showing any remorse. We know she's not. And you have to realize this. Why would you want someone to show remorse that's not remorseful? This is the real person right here. When you coming out and you grinning from ear to ear like you don't want $1 million in the lottery or something, I have no pity for you. And Brother Emmanuel, we talked about this before. The insanity plea, you know what? That's an easy way for them to get less time, if any. We have to start making examples out of people that harm kids, especially when the ones that are doing it should be protecting the child from strange danger. I think when it comes to making an arrest, some things need to be changed. And I've been saying this lately. With enough suspicion, I believe the police should be able to hold a parent, whoever they think might be responsible or know something about it, for at least 90 days without arresting him, without giving him a charge. And within that time, you know, you can let them go if you find otherwise that they're not, you know, but we allow them to walk around scot-free as if everything is okay. Brother Emmanuel, let's get this call. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight, hold tight, Emmanuel.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, hold tight. That's right. Okay, they hung up. Emmanuel?
Yeah, when the little sister came out and on her first interview, everybody saw it. She said, this is out of her own mouth, I left my baby for 5 minutes. Okay, those words, I left my baby, those words alone should have gotten her immediately arrested. That is the part what we need to bring up, and they don't need to be taken all day. Now we understand some of these other situations, they have holes and we gotta find them. But when people are that flat out, you know what I'm saying? That should be held accountable. And that's what will send a message to all these other mothers and fathers who believe they can do that. And then you put the baby in harm's way. And as we were saying last night, I don't care who did it. You know, I don't care if me and my spouse been together 30 years. If you let this baby in your care be put into a situation where they could be hurt and they are hurt, I'm gonna be mad at you. And at no point in time was he mad at her because she admitted from the beginning she was the one to blame. She put the baby outside. That flat out should have had her arrested right there for negligence. And then we can step up to the other ones. And that's what we hoping in the future, you know, that they'll do, man. That they'll take the evidence right
hold tight. Okay.
And get those people,
exactly.
man.
Let me say this, Emmanuel, right quick. To the individual that says the banner running across the bottom of the screen has Tootie name wrong. Well, let me say this to you. Things happen. It's life. But I don't want you to be on this live feed and that's all you get that I misspelled her name. That's really not an issue right now. Good evening, caller. Okay, I lost some that time. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, really. Y'all stop being so petty with this, man. But again, the brother, the young little brother, Travion Thompson, as of today, confessed. And as you said, the medical examiner's autopsy revealed blunt force trauma, broken arm, bruises all over the body. So you can't say when you dropped her down the storm drain, going through the piping is gave her all these bruises. We said it from the beginning, and that's what everybody needs to do is that's the part of patience. Let the medical examiner tell you what happened, because nobody can fool science. If you grab a person around the wrist and yank them with you, if that person dies, the signs of that trauma will show. And if done the right way in the forensic science, it will tell us what happened. So we don't gotta, go crazy. But I believe that heat down there got under that little boy ass and like Cornell X, this is his second time having the opportunity, being around the people that are involved, having the opportunity to talk to them on a level, real human plane and get them to confess. You know what I'm saying? He could have talked to that boy. He could have talked to that girl. He could have saw it straight through. And if he can't, we don't need him in front of the goddamn camera.
Amen.
He's messing everybody up. Amen. But again, all he's there for is because the camera is there, and that's going to fool more people into believing he's for his people, and you should go to him. Don't do that. Again, this boy just said everything that happened. He said the night before she beat the baby, they put her in a broom closet. They went to the store. They came back. She supposedly put her in the bed. He supposedly asked if she was all right. She said, yeah. They woke up the next morning, and that's when they saw that the baby wasn't responding. So they went and put the baby in the storm drain.
Okay, let me ask you this, Emmanuel.
Again.
Emmanuel, let me ask you a quick question. Last night, we talked about the case, and a lot of people instantly begin to blame the step parent, whether it be male or female.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I understand that, but then I don't, because whether if that individual had something to do with it, we also have to remember this, and it's something you just said about that bacteria. We have to remember that it is the mother's responsibility to make sure whoever comes in her life will not be harmful to her child.
Right. And I love my sisters. I want y'all all to know I love you. You know what I'm saying? All shapes, sizes, colors. I love you because you are the earth that is going to bring back the light. But because your name is Woman, and we're breaking down using etymology, man is simple man. Woman has two characters on it. It's W-O. Whoa. Woe means stop. Take exclamation. Look, pay attention to something great. So when you are a woman, you are greater than man. Y'all can do things that we can't do. You can bring life. So with great responsibilities come great responsibilities. I mean, with great talents come great responsibilities. And so since you women are so much in control and have such power, it's going to be harder for you to discipline yourself. But when you do, you become a great force in this world. And you ought to be the ones that lead us in the safety. Because without y'all, we can't do nothing. So we got to hold y'all more accountable, because we're seeing too many situations where every time, you know, something happens, the media and the narrative wants to throw the man under the bus, or throw the person that is not genetically related to that person over the bus in an attempt to take away the blame from who it should be on. The blame should be on her mother. And, you know, I got to tell y'all this, the boyfriend is a not married person. A stepfather is married to the mother. A lot of y'all have boyfriends and not step parents, and you're giving that step title to people. And then the narrative in the media when something like this happens, all step parents are bad, or anybody that's not yours genetically can't love you. And we know that's not true. We need to call it for what it truly is. We're all playing games with ourselves and with these children, and we got to tighten up the grip, brother.
Okay, listen, brother Emmanuel, I love you big time. I'm gonna let you out so I can take some more of these calls.
You know how I go, man.
Yeah, but look, no. Listen, I don't mind you going, because whenever you come on, you're bringing facts, and you take us to another perspective of what happened. So no, you're fine. So we're gonna talk in the morning, if not tonight, and hopefully your schedule will permit you to come on tomorrow night. But listen, you said you're gonna go out and film certain areas tomorrow or one day this week.
Yes, sir.
When you do that,
I'm gonna be out there tomorrow. We do the show tomorrow night. Right. I'm gonna show it from live out there so everybody can get a visual representation of what we're saying.
Okay, and we'll have you back on tomorrow night. Brothers, always have mad respect for you. I love you big time, and I'll talk to you later.
Love you too, brother. Thank you, everybody that's tuning in, man. Y'all keep it going. Amen. Just investigation.
Thank you. Good evening, caller. You live on air. What's your name and what state are you calling from tonight?
This is James. I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
Good evening. How's things in Houston, Texas tonight?
Chaotic.
Okay.
I just want to know, what did she do that caused her to cry? Did she give in on herself? Did she fall and hurt herself for you to get that man to abuse her to that severity, for you to take her life?
Well, look.
You didn't even take her to the hospital. You just put it in the closet. Like those at all, like a rag doll.
The boyfriend, whoever he is, he answered that. He said that she was beating the child because the child wouldn't stop crying, and she wouldn't go to sleep.
What was she crying for? Because she saw it on herself, or was she not feeling well? She's 2 years old. Like, damn, it's not like she can say, "Mom, my stomach hurt, I fell and hit my head, my arm broke," anything. She's 2. Exactly. So what was it that she was crying for to cause you to beat her like that? And for one, on the news today, it also stated that Mr. Man is putting everything on her. Exactly. I mean, of course he is. He knows the ropes. Mm-hmm. She doesn't. She doesn't have a criminal background. So by her not knowing anything, he knows the pros and cons. He's gonna put everything on her, whether he had a part in it or he's just as guilty, because you said that allowed her to beat this baby. You didn't take her to the hospital. You didn't even call for help. So you just as guilty as her. So whatever sentence y'all, both of y'all factors get, I don't feel sorry for either one of y'all. I just want her to be in a cell with Big Bertha, so Big Bertha can knock that smirk off of her face.
And look, that's straight facts. I agree with you. Something you said when you were speaking there, it brought me back to the boyfriend or whoever, or whatever the hell he is, to when he did that interview, and he knew then, and we knew that he was lying. He was lying, and
his focus was, oh my God, I told her ABC. So basically, if you taught her ABCs and her 1, 2, 3, that's all you knew. What the hell come after C? What the hell come after 3? You just kept saying, you taught her ABCs and her 1, 2, 3. So shit, you was just as dumb as a mouse around.
Exactly.
That was your concern. Yeah. That was your concern. What you taught her. Oh, we went to the store and she could tell you where we live. How could she tell you where y'all live, but she couldn't tell y'all what was wrong with her, and she beat the shit out of her?
Come on with it. Listen.
Therefore, that whole story from day one had a bunch of bullet holes in it, where it was worse than Swiss cheese.
It did. And I watched another video of her today, and when she said, she also said, I told her ABCs, and I told her where she lived,
And so
she didn't even know her.
Exactly. So my thing is, okay, you don't get no damn blue ribbon for that. That's something you have. I mean, you should do as a parent. But what she was doing and what the boyfriend was doing was trying to plan the defense in the courtroom that they really, truly in love this child. And he was in there playing a damn video game. She was in there cooking invisible food because when they went in there, they said it wasn't in the damn thing in the cabinets of the refrigerator for the child to eat. And so you come before the cameras and you put down
Well, technically she was cooking wish. She wished she had a full course meal to cook.
You're gonna make me drop my water. Don't do
it. And for two, the mother, the grandmother, or I don't know if that's her mama or that was on TV with that bullshit ass story. Stevie Wonder could see through that shit. She told me I was just this close. You was this close from what? Helping her come up with a story? Or you was this close from doing what? Because you was not that close to taking the baby and put the baby in your care if you was that concerned.
Let me read you something that a girl just typed in, and wow, it's heavy. Martin says he had the nerve to say, I promised the mother that I will protect her baby. My God.
Oh, he did protect her. We just didn't see it and they didn't see it, but he did protect her. He protected her enough for when they went to jail, he threw the mama's dumb ass under the bus.
Exactly.
That was his protection because on the news at 5 o'clock, they also stated that he has been on the run from January of this year for a probation violation.
My God.
So therefore, you hit a man in the face with a tricycle. You turned around shortly after that, and you hit a woman in her face. So you protected the daughter. How? What you did? Hit her in her face too, or you hit her with a tricycle? Like what were you protecting her from? Because undoubtedly you didn't protect her from the damn mama, and you didn't protect her from yourself. So who were you protecting her from?
Exactly. And Tammy always 100 Never Fake says, well, first of all, ain't no plan is going to run out of gas. That's exactly.
Well, Tammy, we know that, baby. Tammy, you have to understand. He's not wrapped too tight, baby. If all he can say is, I taught her ABC and her 1, 2, 3, you know damn well that child ain't wrapped too tight. He ain't got the things God gave him. Mm. So the plane ran again and it did not fall. It just kept flying. It didn't fall out the sky. So we know that. And I want to also make a comment tonight. A previous comment was made when the baby first got kidnapped that the baby was molested. But that was not even brought up in the autopsy or the parents, well, whoever the hell it is, the monster and the printing of the monster. Neither one of them said nobody was molesting the baby. I was just saying, so where did this come up there about the baby being molested and it was going to show? Now here he is, 2.5 months, maybe 3 months later, give or take. The autopsy came back. The baby was beaten. The baby was not molested. People need to get their facts together. Do not say something that was not accurate and that you have no knowledge of.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I second that because that is how fast the lies could spread within a case because we hear something and we repeat it, or someone shares something on Facebook and we in return we share it and stand by it, so you have to make sure you have your facts together and that what you're receiving is not third-hand information.
But see, I said from the beginning, the mother and the whoever, both of them children is sitting up there lying about both of them are lying about both of them lying about what happened. Both of them lying about what happened. He said all his concern the whole time was we were in the house, we walked outside. I think his main concern jumped from we were looking for her to I taught her ABCs and her 1, 2, 3. The mama was looking like a crackhead off of their phone said, they could have taken me. What was they gonna do with you if they took her? That didn't want your old lady.
Well, you know what?
But you was lying from the beginning because y'all could have just told Father the truth. Your house came to be truthful. You didn't have shit in it, not even a goddamn jug of water. The house was nasty as hell. So we knew y'all did something to the baby from the beginning.
Exactly. And it was, you know, they need not try to be actors because both suck at it. The mothers, well, the woman who gave birth to a bond today was 175,000. The boyfriend or whatever he is, his bond is 150,000. But he still cannot go because he has a hold, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then they saying that she burned out. They're requiring her to wear a GPS and a curfew from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. She does not have a job. So where would she go?
I just don't think, and I'm sure many won't agree with this, but it's just my opinion. It's not a fact, it's just my opinion. I'm not trying to pass off and say. I honestly don't think when you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this person, the parent, the step or whatever it is, did it, I just don't think they should be given a bond. I don't give a damn if it's 5 million. They should not be giving them a bond, a chance to go out and continue to live when the child that she brought to life, she then turn around for whatever reason there may be and said, no, give me that back. And she snatched life from her and she threw it down a drainage ditch. That's a low life, trifling, insignificant, good for nothing bitch, and she should be executed on the goddamn motherfucking spot.
My question is, Kim Off, I have to commend you. This baby passed in August, and here it is October. You have an arrest. Now, Malia Davis passed in May, June, give or take. I don't remember correctly right off the top of my head. I don't exactly remember. But that's here, neither here nor there. My thing is, Malia passed last year. It's a year, and nobody's been arrested with Darion Vince. When the hell y'all gonna pick up her fat ass mama?
Bring it on. Bring it. Bring it. Bring the house down.
She and by the way, not only her. What about what was her name? The G lady, the supposed godmother, and the grandmother.
Janetta Gus.
Yeah, Janelle Gus. What no naked? All of them women are gonna arrest all of them because if the grandmother knew that Malia was being abused, and every time the daughter called and said, "Mom, what should I do?" You said take her to the hospital. Why you didn't call 911 and say my granddaughter's being abused so that hoe could have been in jail from day one? We have an arrest for Maliyah Bass. We need to get one for Maliyah Davis. Craig Davis. Lord forgive me. Darion Vince did not do this by himself. He has some help.
Come on with it.
We need to go get Brittany. We need to go get Brittany big ass tonight, tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning. I don't care who her mama's sleeping with. She could be sleeping with that little orange thing in the White House. Pick his ass up too, because he probably know what happened too. I need y'all to go get both of them. Everybody that was in that little circle, everybody know what happened to Malia Davis. She didn't do it to herself. If y'all can make an arrest this fast in Malia Bass's case, we need one in Malia Lynn Davis's case, like underlay.
I totally agree with everything that you just said, and along with them being questioned again, I think.
What they even got a bail for? Like who the hell does it?
Right.
People that's watching this live, write the judge and do not tell them we want to revoke their bond. What they need a bond for? They don't even need a bond. For what? They need a GoFundMe page. Everybody reports it. I'm not giving no money to get your ass out of jail for you to go kill somebody else's child or be on the run. Hell to the no. Report the page. If enough people report it, they will take it down. If enough people write the goddamn DA Kim Off in Houston, Texas, it's not hard to find. Google Kim Off at the district attorney's office. She's the head prosecutor above everybody. If enough people write that helper, we can get them their bond denied. Write the judge. It's not hard to find the judge. They in 209. They in a felony court. Find the judge. Google Harris County judges. Google 209. They will tell you that judge's name. Do the research. Write their ass and cancel all this. Cancel both of them. She don't need to be out, and he damn sure don't need to be out. Because he's on probation. He gonna run.
Exactly. And I think when they back to Malia Davis, everybody's questioned again. I think they should be questioned by different detectives this time. Okay.
I think the feds and I think the Texas Rangers, a third party should investigate. I think Chief Acevedo, his punk ass needs to recuse himself because he has too much of the first-hand knowledge and he's not doing it. He's trying to protect her and not arrest her. Like, that stuff where you contradicting yourself. You want justice for her, but you know who the killer is because even the rest of the killer out here living their best life. I'm quite sure she's every restaurant, every club scene. Even when the club closed, she's probably still in a parking lot campus, doing her life, living her life, and this baby is going. So I just feel like everybody needs to feel rich. Everybody. Him too.
Yeah,
Him too.
I agree with you on that. And the case with Tootie is eerily similar to the Malia Davis case, and her mother, Brenda. You cannot make me believe that she didn't see any signs that Malia was being abused.
She said she was this close. She was living on the news today. She said, I was this close. I just told her, hold on, I was this close. She had everybody looking like a fool. No, she had you looking like a fool because you was believing your daughter. And you said she did not do anything. From day one, you was riding her tailcoat. Now she made your ass look like, she didn't make me look like a fool because I already know the bitch was lying. From day one, you had 5 stories and his dumb ass. He wasn't even crying. He just kept saying ABCs and 1, 2, 3. Like that was his rap song or something. He was trying to get him here 5 minutes of fame. And she was fake, she crying. And then she started saying, if you have your kids, hug your kids, love your kids. Ain't no goddamn way in the world I would be telling nobody love their kids and my child missing. Or any one of my damn grandkids. I would be this somebody, I don't want to talk to no damn body. I want answers. Where was you when you were supposed to watch my grandchild or my child? What happened? Where was you? How did my child just disappear and nobody can't tell me nothing? And the mama, I was this close. I told her, hold on. What you told her to hold on for? What was you gonna do? Give her an alibi? No. You knew, just like Brenda Bowen's ass knew, because her dumb ass ain't called the police. She was complicit in the murder as well as your ass is.
Exactly. And
and that boyfriend, he been in out of jail. He know the pros and cons. He finna put everything on her. Cause guess what? For one, that's not his goddamn child. He ain't finna take no fault for that baby. He finna put everything on your daughter. So y'all better get a good lawyer. Cause he finna nail her ass to the cross.
Without a doubt.
It was her idea. She beat the baby. He already talking. What nigga you know gonna do that shit? That ain't his child, so he ain't finna go down for your baby. He ain't ready talking.
When they had been together for a short time, right?
4 months.
Okay.
They ain't even no relationship. They was just open budget.
Okay. With that being said, and I know it can happen sometimes. People attach to certain gigs there quickly, but in this case, I just don't think he was loving that child as much as he kept saying he was loving that child. That's just my opinion, and I said that because the child is dead. The child is gone. He knew what happened when they went to that store that night. I promise you, when they went to the store that night without that child, there was no need for neither one to stay there and watch the child because it wasn't nothing but a body. The child was dead then.
Exactly. And Cornell Lake with the toothpaste, if you knew what happened, you come out, you want to walk away. This the second time you supposedly knew what happened and you walked away. From when Brittany was lying, you said it was more to the story than she was saying. You're going to go to the police. Okay, she's still walking. These people, you supposedly went to the house. We believe you because we saw the video that the living conditions was unbearable. But then, whatever else they told you, you should have told the police the same day. Don't just say, I'm going to walk away. Your ass complicit too. You asked me because you knew what the hell happened and you didn't say nothing. You want your little 5 minutes of fame with your little bald head, ugly ass, and you still knew that baby was dead that same night, but you going to walk away like nothing happened. What the hell you went over there for just to say you ain't been, after Maliyah Davis case, nobody see your ass. Nobody named mama see you. All of a sudden, Maliyah Bass, you popped up on the scene like, hey, what's up, Maliyah? Let me find out what happened. I'm protect y'all. You ain't protect shit. You need to protect this baby. I'm quite sure if they supposedly told you their living conditions, they told you what happened to the child and you still didn't say nothing. You guilty too. You guilty too.
I agree. Anderson says
and love doesn't hurt. You are absolutely positively unquestionable. Love does not hurt. People hurt, and they call it love. Jay, look, I love you big time. I always appreciate you when you call into the show, and I also appreciate how you keep me up to date on different stories and stuff. And we're gonna get out of here.
This just don't make no damn sense. This just don't make no sense. We don't have no justice for Maliyah Davis. We just finally got arrested in Maliyah Bass case. We got bitches killing these, having these kids don't want to be bothered with their own kids. Get the kids away. Put them up for adoption. Use protection. Get on birth control. What the hell you killing them for?
That's it.
I got 4 grandkids. I just had a newborn grandbaby yesterday. And I know good and goddamn well if something happened to any one of my grandkids, it's gonna be here to tell the chapter. So guess what I know? I'm going to prison. I'm gonna be smiling just like her. They look like this whole crazy. You just knowing it now? Let something happen to any one of my damn grandkids. Everybody and their mama gonna feel my rap. Cause I'm going after the mama, the daddy, whoever. You were supposed to protect my children, my grandchildren. I don't care if you lost your life, bitch. You were supposed to protect my damn grandchildren, and you did. And I know good and goddamn well that little urban bitch sitting up in jail, when she's smiling now. But bitch, what make you smile not gonna make you cry, because when they put your ass in there with Big Bertha, they gonna get your cookies, and you can't fight Big Bertha, because guess what I know? Big Bertha got life. She ain't got a motherfucking thing to lose. And that little Thompson boy, oh yeah, they gonna toss your salad too, because you was complicit too. You know what happened, and you did not call for help. Just like Darion. Darion Vincent, you listening. You better open your mouth clear, because closed mouth don't get fed. Don't let Bridget send you under that plankton by yourself, homeboy. They ain't taking no prisoners. You better throw up. You better start telling everything you know from beginning to end. Don't see why. In case you know what that means. I mean, cover your own ass. Because if your daddy know and your brother did something and your brother white, Darion Vincent, you better get on the ball, tell on everybody their mama, because if not, you're going to be looking at 110 years behind the baby child that you ain't did it. I'm not going to say Darion Vincent didn't do it, but I know one thing. He didn't do it by himself.
Come on with it.
He may have had a part in it, but he didn't orchestrate this whole deal.
Yeah.
Bridget Bowen's bitch ass she orchestrated everything, and she set his ass up for failure.
I think I agree with Darion Vincent in an interview when he talks about how he took up time with her and he loved her and she loved him.
I mean, the video showed that he really did love her. But for what I know, as long as he don't say nothing, he gonna take the rap for everything, and she gonna be out here living her best life, fucking and fucking on everybody named mama, niggas, dogs, cats, and rats too. She don't give a damn with that old sheepskin dress she had on at her baby's funeral. And her rap, the fake ass rap that he still ain't even got another motherfucking contract. Oh my baby, he got a baby on the way. Did I say that? Oh yeah.
All right, we got to get out of here. You on fire like always. Griffin.
Everybody, their mama guilty. Everybody. And one more thing, Mr. Scott, before I let you go. People, if you don't watch the news, that is always Google. All you have to do is go to Maliyah Bass. They will tell you everything. The people lying talking about this baby was molested. When this first happened, it was gonna come up in the autopsy. The autopsy came out the same day they was arrested, and nobody said anything about this baby being molested. Just again with Maliyah Davis, they said Malia was molested. So far, there's no evidence of the child being molested. Please do not tell nobody that this baby was molested. You don't know firsthand knowledge, because I'm starting to think the people that saying she was molested, y'all must have been the motherfuckers that molested her.
As always, I thank you all for tuning in to tonight's live broadcast. There are warning signs here and there. But if we don't know what the warning signs are, we will always miss them, and we'll be doing a story like this again. I think one of the red flags that we should be looking for, and this is not a fact, it's just what I think, how a person lives. Are they barely getting by? You know what I'm saying? The furniture in the home, and the couple are always arguing about something. And I said this because when you're broke and you don't have anything and everything in your life is going wrong, we have a tendency to take it out on whoever is closest to us, whether it be physical or just verbal. There are always signs And so we have to start looking for them and watch this as these people did in the apartment. They watched the child a lot, and they were pissed about what happened to the child. Any excuse that is given for why the mother or the boyfriend, first of all, before we get to killing, any excuse that they would give for why this child was being tortured, why this child was being starved, is an inexcusable excuse. I don't believe when you got them dead to the right, damn a plea deal just to save money. You know, if you got them to the right, take them to court. It's as simple as that. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigation. Be the Lord willing, I'll see you all tomorrow night. Remember, I am not always right and you are not always wrong. I love you. Y'all have a good night.